When Adonis Superman Stevenson enters the ring, he delivers swift justice, defending his belt 5 straight years. Badou Jack the Ripper is also on a tear, using a more surgical approach. 2 unique styles.
I'm going for the knockout.
Everybody got a plan till they get hit.
1 unpredictable fight. Plus, don't blink. Gary Russell Jr. brings the fastest hands in boxing against undefeated Jojo Diaz for the featherweight title. Back-to-back championship bouts on Showtime.
Well, it's nice and relaxed here now, hanging out with Badou Jack after a very, very hard workout as he prepares for May 19th at the Air Canada Centre against powerful Adonis Stevenson. Champ, tell us about the lead-up to this, your camp.
It's been almost 8 weeks now, or the official camp will be 8 weeks. But I've been in pre-camp, I've been training all year round, so I'm definitely ready to take the title from him and become the lineal light heavyweight champion.
Has he been a guy that you've thought about for quite some time? Obviously, you were a super middleweight, but you had thoughts about going up to the light heavyweight division. Has he been a guy, let's say, on your hit list?
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of the best, so I wanted to fight the best, and he's the WBC champion. WBC is my favorite belt, so I wanted to fight him. I asked for this fight right after my last fight, super middleweight, against James DeGale. So I asked for this fight. I didn't get it right away. We got Nathan cleverly, and now we got Stevenson. In that
Cleverly fight and the DeGale fight before that, I have seen so much improvement in your attack. The versatility, the ring generalship, the velocity, placement of punches. It just, to me, I mean, you've always been a very good fighter, but those last 2 performances were excellent. Talk about the improvement in you over the last few fights, or am I seeing more, than is there? To me, you just looked really sensational, especially the last fight.
Thank you. I have a great trainer, Lou DeVal. He deserved most of the credit. I have a great trainer, a great team. My strength coach, Larry Wade, my whole team is great.
What a great job he's done, in my opinion, training you. What has he brought to the table?
He brought, everything, as far as all the game plans to be a smarter fighter, defense, range, boxing fundamentals, everything. That's all him. So since I brought him into camp, when I had my first loss, and after that, we went straight up to the top.
It seems like you've added a lot of extra tools to the toolbox, and you're really close, in my opinion, to being a complete fighter. On a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being the best, where do you see yourself?
That's up to everybody else to decide. I'm just trying to win my fights and try to be exciting for the fans. But no, I'm not the judge for myself. If people like me, they like me. Pound for pound and stuff like that, that's not a real list. So that's up to the people to decide.
This is a guy, Stevenson, obviously the vaunted power in the straight left off the southpaw style. So one of the things that'll be a no-brainer will be to movement, but especially movement to your left, staying away from his left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's common sense.
Right. And I would think that, people sometimes when you face a real powerful guy like that, sometimes people think, oh, you want to stay away. But to me, in the pocket will be a much better situation for you in this fight because he's kind of a long puncher. He likes that range to set up the straight left. And you look so good on the inside in your last few fights. Talk about your plan of getting inside. I would think you'd want to get inside and stay inside against this guy.
I will adjust, so I can fight him on the outside and inside, and wherever he likes to take it, I'll be ready for it.
What do you think of him as a puncher? Obviously, he's got 24, I think, KOs in his 29 victories. Do you think he's one of the hardest hitting guys in boxing?
Definitely. I think he got the best left hand in boxing. Best southpaw, not just southpaw. He's probably the top 5, the biggest puncher in boxing.
In terms of this fight for you, has to be the biggest fight of your career.
Yeah, I believe so.
And why?
Every fight is the biggest fight of my career. It's getting bigger and bigger for each fight.
But this is a guy who, is talked about as one of the most powerful guys. He's only a once beaten like yourself. What would a win over Stevenson mean? Another title, certainly the WBC title, which you like so much, but in terms of a statement as to Badou Jack, how important is that?
It make me the top guy of the division, and we got Kovalev still, so it will build up to set up bigger fights in the future. So it's very important for me. So I'm not no baby anymore. I'm about to be 35 this year.
Oh my God! So, oh my God!
I'm not as old as you, but yeah. I'm getting older. So I want the big fights.
But you hope you look this good when you're 59 years old, right?
Yeah, but I don't look like 35 though.
Well, that's because of the Ripper Nutrition. That's a perfect segue into tell us about Ripper Nutrition. I know he's promised me. I asked him how to get some. I thought he'd have some free samples for Smitty, but he told me to go to what website?
RipperNutrition.com.
I gotta pay? I thought I was your pal, man.
I can get you some samples.
So tell us about it.
It's pre-workout and post-workout amino acids. So Oxy Ripper is the pre-workout. It tastes delicious. We got 2 flavors, berry and grape. And there's no caffeine, none of that sugar, none of that stuff. So it's very all clean, all tested supplements. And it tastes good. I mean, I guess the pre-workout give you a little energy before, the workout. And then the post-workout, gives you recovery. They got something called lunasin in it. So it's a help with inflammation and faster recovery. It got electrolytes, glutamine, a lot of good stuff in it. So it's definitely good to take right after training as well.
So for a guy like me who works out all the time and has aches and pains in every part of his body, even parts that I didn't know were there, will it help a guy like me as well?
Definitely. It helps everybody, not just athletes.
I think it's so cool that you're involved with your Ripper Nutrition, because I always talk about fighters are the most common and uncommon of all athletes, but after the career is done, so many fighters aren't prepared for it. Talk about, I call it LAB, life after boxing, and where Ripper Nutrition fits in to your thought process when you're done with all of this.
I mean, this is my first, own business, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it will do great. You never know, but I got other plans too, so we're working on a lot of stuff. And also, we started Badou Jack Foundation, so we're going to do a lot of charity stuff as well. And you got to have a life after boxing. Boxing is a short career. You make a lot of money when you fight, but that can be gone in a couple of years. That's why a lot of people, they retire, and when they're old, they have to come back just to make money. I don't want to be that. When I retire, if I retire, when I'm still kind of young, I don't want to come back. If I retire, then that's it. Not because I want to, come back just to make money.
So let's go back. I would like you to look into that camera and tell the folks there'll be millions watching on Showtime May the 19th and a full house in Toronto there. Is it Toronto? Yeah, it's Toronto, right? Yeah. By the way, what do you think about fighting in his backyard, so to speak?
It don't matter. It's just me and him in the ring anyway.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, he's not very liked over there anyway. Everybody coming out to me, please beat him, when we was ever press tour. So, I mean, to me, it don't matter. If they root against me or for me, I'm going to beat his ass anyway.
Well, I'm picking you to stop him in the, sometime after round 8. You look into the camera and tell the folks what they're going to see.
You're going to see a 3-time world champion, the WBC, and the lineal world champion. That's it.
And you going to stop him?
Hopefully, God willing.
All right, well, best of luck and continued success. And get me some Ripper Nutrition, man.
I got you.